time states as we approach the end of the season. Bowl positioning, playoff spots, all on the table, but only if you find a way to win. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Oregon Ducks, the House of Loud, Autzen Stadium in Eugene. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the Kansas Jayhawks, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the Oregon Ducks. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and Davey Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. The Ducks will kick it away to start us off. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So Kansas offense will go to work first. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Leaves it with the running back. They believe in that running game. Got 6 before he stopped at the 23.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down. The Jayhawks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, the ground game. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Second down, he'll throw it. Going to try to get it himself. And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center nowadays in football. You can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate. And you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
And the Jayhawks line up to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. He'll take it on the return. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. The Ducks offense will try to get something going with their first possession. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, David.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will. A really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think he really earned his offensive coordinator's trust after that performance. So I'm anticipating the playbook to expand a little bit in this game. Maybe see some new schemes in the passing game just based on what this guy was able to do the last time he took the field.
The Ducks now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. They'll run it out of the shotgun. It's that hole for 4 and gets it out to the 16. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking deep down the right side. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. And the Ducks will bring the punt team onto the field. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. Return's going to get it up around midfield. He'll be down at the 49-yard line. Kansas gets the ball back, and the Jayhawk offense is ready to go to work. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Makes the grab. At the 35, he's got room. And he's brought down after a nice nice gain.
The defense needs to have a plan for this guy. They weren't ready for that one. Drag route running all the way across the field. The DB just can't stay with him because of his speed, and as a result,
he just held it poorly, and it's a fumble. Once that ball... Offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover. The coach wants the officials to have another look at the monitor. Using a timeout here, thinks the call is going to end up going his way. This coach wanted to be absolutely certain on a challenge. He was right. The previous play will be overturned. Catch in the middle. It's Keller. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. The power of Autzen Stadium on full display. The house of loud is deafening on this third down. To the ground to try to move the chains. Got enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17. The Jayhawks are moving quickly down the field. Wide receiver comes in motion. To the ground. He's got it again. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Looking to fire. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Firing to the right, complete. Touchdown, right choke, Jayhawk. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. And the extra point makes it 7-0. These two guys, they just shared a glance, and they knew exactly what to do, Dave.
And how many times do we hear that? The quarterback talk about it after the game and go, hey, I just looked at him. He knew what I saw. I knew what he saw. We're on the same page. We've done this before. That chemistry equals big plays.
The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Quickly to the tight end. And a little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Goes to the option. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36.
Nice job by this defense playing assignment football. Somebody has to have the quarterback. Somebody has to have the pitch. And most importantly, when you get there, you got to get him on the ground. Nice job tackling by this defense.
The Ducks with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. From the gun, running back gets the give. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
They got 0 push up front, and they stopped him in the backfield. The Ducks will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And the coverage team surrounding the ball. No chance for the return man to get in there on that one. They are pinned deep in their own territory. They'll snap it from their own floor to start the drive. Pushes his way for a couple and gets it to the 7-yard line. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. They'll leave it with him. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. We we've reached the break, and Kansas has the lead. And we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And that third down pass had some serious juice, but they couldn't hook up. And the Jayhawks will call on their punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Turner could find no daylight. He goes down. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for the position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again, create some momentum, just get a few first downs, and I'm in scoring position.
Second down, they'll go to the air. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on, and just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
He'll try to do it himself. On the move at the 30. Oh, he's got some space. Inside the 15. Out of bounds at the 14-yard line. The offense looking for a score. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Gives it on the option. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease, he puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
Keeps it on the draw. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Oregon!
And I tell you what, Reese, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this at the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. It just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs in for 6.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Kansas offense returns to the field. Last time they had it, didn't pick up a first down. Let's see if they can put something together here. A little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Out of the gun, the running back has it. Turning it on! Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40. How can a stadium this size make so much noise? You can't hear yourself think on third down here in Autzen.
And David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successful.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. the field with this one. No fair catches here, looking for room. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. They'll try the run. Jukes his way for more. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. They'll give it to him again. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Win with the running game on first down, now back at it. Give to the running back. Breaks the tackle. He has an extensive juke library, and he exhausted it and still didn't pick up much. And the Ducks line up trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41.
And the defense brought the blitz on 3rd down, trying to see if they could rattle the quarterback. But how about the poise? He knew where his answer was. He didn't panic or freak out. He just went through his progressions, picked up the first, and we got a fresh set of downs.
And the quickest way to blow up the run game is those interior big boys. Those defensive tackles getting in the backfield really quickly and making that ball hurt.
Man, that D tackle was in the backfield in a hurry. The big man is nimble.
Nimble, fast, quick, athletic. That's just all words to describe defensive linemen.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Got him downfield. Breaks into the open. What a play there. He rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. Going to the run, it's Lewis. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone.
This defense really is on their heels. They've been on the field now for a long time on this drive, and they're just getting pushed around at the point of attack up front like we saw in that last play.
And the defense stuffs the run, and the ball will remain at the 2. They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And this has been really good for the defense, too. It's kind of a bend-don't-break mentality, right? Really bowing up with your backs against the wall. If you can win this next 3rd down, try to force the opponent into a field goal. That's a win if you're on defense.
Got his man quickly. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Ducks!
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. To the air on first down. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
Another off throw from this quarterback, and they knew coming into the game that they were going to have success. They had to be efficient throwing the football, and they have not been that so far. Whether it's been pass pro, bad routes, bad throws, they're not getting it done right now through the air.
Fires to the right. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
The power of Autzen Stadium on full display. The house of loud is deafening on this 3rd down. Missing Passes again. It's incomplete, and that's 3 in a row. And the Jayhawks will punt it away on 4th down. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. What a cut. Now he's loose. And now the hit knocks it loose.
I'm literally walking over to that guy. My man, thank you so much for saving my rope. That could have been really, really bad. I could have been benched, but you got my back. Appreciate you, my man.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Here comes the heat. Pressure's there, and he gets rid of it.
Yeah, this offense might want to think about moving the launch point for this QB, because if you take hits like that from the pocket, it's really tough to complete passes.
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line. The Ducks will have it 1st and 10. From the red zone, looking for a man. He's got the tight end. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Rides the back and leaves it on the option.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
They'll try to get the first through the air. Give him 6. Touchdown, Oregon!
Man, that's the way you execute on offense, man. You keep your foot on the gas. Try to make this a 2-score game. You do with that touchdown. This offense executing beautifully. The defense is going to have to find something in the 2nd half to get some stops.
On the move from inside his 5. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Kansas gets the ball back, and the Jayhawk offense is ready to go to work. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, David?
And you know the defense is going to be really, really conservative, so I think it's an opportunity to be able to take a shot, see how much of a chunk you can get before then you decide really, Jesse, how you want to finish the half.
Just can't turn it over and throw a pick if you're the quarterback here. You've got to be so smart if you're going to be aggressive with your decision making.
And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding. We've got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. On 3rd and short, they'll try to convert through the air. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9. The Jayhawks send out the punt unit. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. They go to the ground. There he goes. They make the stop, and that is the end of the 1st half. That's going to wrap up the 1st half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, after seeing that, sign me up for another 2 quarters there in Eugene. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big, fat W. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Autzen Stadium.
And the Jayhawks will line up to kick off and start the 2nd half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. It's working. Why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. Rides the back on the option to give. Knocked down behind the line. Boy, he powered through one tackler, but there were more there to greet him. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Back to pass. Hauls it in. Boy, that was a precision play all the way around. Throw, catch, tackle, bang, bang, bang. Passing game very effective on 2nd down. What about here on 3rd? The running back has it. Hard running there. Lowers those pads. And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on.
And that's a nice 3rd down conversion for this offense. And I tell you what, the struggle for this offense has been stringing those first downs together. They're not in the top 50 in college football in first downs. They'll get one and then they kind of stall. Let's see if they can put multiple first downs together, get one of those long drives going.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Trying play action. Spits it out to the back. With the catch, it's Lewis. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first, an array of possibilities here. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a first at the 32. The Ducks come to the line with a new set of downs. Toss sweep to the right. Shakes off the defender. He'll be knocked out of bounds after picking up a few.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football. You've got to just keep getting positive yards. You've got to keep the 3rd downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. Leaves it with the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Last play didn't go well. It leaves them with 2nd and 11. Been showing them the run. Now they'll throw it. Finds a man on the right. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
You get the completion, and now you set up a manageable 3rd down situation in the red zone. This is a huge down in distance in this game.
They'll try to move the chains on the ground. He gives them a fresh set of downs, and this one will be 1st and goal from the 6. We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. Direct snap. He's going for the goal line. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks! They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10. And they knock through the extra point, and they're up 28-7. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner is stopped. The Kansas offense returns to the field. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision, man.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. And
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Looking for a productive play on first down. Wants to go up top. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy, what?
He's going for the big play. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. The Jayhawks decide to punt it away. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. He'll field the punt and look for room. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working, Dave.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
Oh, he'll keep it on the draw. From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down. The give out of the gun. Didn't get a whole lot of room to run. He picked up one or two.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. On the option. Now the pitch. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And I think that time the quarterback made the wrong read. He was trying to pitch it. He didn't have to, though. There was a lot of green grass and space out in front of him. If he just holds on to that football, he might not score a touchdown. He's definitely going to be able to at least get positive yards. I think that's a play on the option the quarterback would like to have back.
Man, what a big catch on third down. Going up, catching the football, understanding where you're at, now getting a fresh set of downs. Nice play by the receiver.
Motion from the wideout. They'll keep it on the ground. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. And the Ducks in a good spot here with second and short. On the run, it's Lewis. Had to work to pick up 3 down to the 33-yard line. That's the end of the period, and Oregon has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Just about ready to go in the fourth, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this third down play. They'll try to sneak it.
Well, there wasn't a lot of mystery on that one, guys. Just simple QB sneak to keep this drive going. They've done a good job so far the entire drive, keeping the chains moving. Nice execution on the sneak. Good push up front. Quarterback picked the right side to tuck and run to, and we'll see what they do to finish off this drive.
They'll get him on the ground after a pickup of 3 to the 28. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. From the gun, running back on the move. Worked it down to the 22-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry. The Ducks come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. He'll sneak it.
Well, and he gets stuffed on that QB sneak. He's just not doing a really good job of reading the crease and finding a little space to kind of tuck into and drive his feet. He's just running himself into a wall, Dave.
Well, and how about the big boys up front? Make a crease. Push somebody back. Create some space. There was nowhere to go.
They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Kansas gets the ball back, and the Jayhawk offense is ready to go to work. A very disappointing performance for the #1 team in the country. There'll be a new team atop the rankings when they come out next. Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Rushes on him. It's incomplete and maybe a little too aggressive from this senior trying to fit that one in there.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops, just not in sync. And that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
Got it in the middle. It's Adkins. Doesn't quite make it to the 1st down marker. He's a yard short. Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. Hauls it in, the 1st down and more. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. And the Jayhawks getting set on 1st and 10. Bringing the heat. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Looking to throw again. Fires to the wideout. Got his man. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
This has been a frustrating day. I mean, they haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game and get something cooking.
Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. And the ball is out. Who's going to get it? Ball bounced right to him, and he's on the move.
It's so hard to force fumbles, and when you do, you so badly want to get them. You're crawling, you're doing whatever you can to get there as a defender, but the offense fortunate enough to cover it back up.
He'll be brought down at the 41-yard line, not close to the line to gain, and it's 4th down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Takes a hit as he fires. The incomplete pass ends a frustrating series, and they turn it over on downs. The give on the option. He's in open space downfield. Knocked out of bounds at the 46 after the good pickup on that one.
And this is the part of the game where you could really see this guy take over, right? Like, you've got the lead, the big running back. He's physical in the 4th quarter, starting to get a little bit tired. Let's see if he can keep this going.
And a decent gain there before the defense makes a stop. The Ducks can really attack on this 2nd and short. They'll try the right side. Quick spin on the right. He's running free down the middle. Touchdown, Oregon! And what? Both of these teams are high-caliber squads, but it sort of felt as if these guys had something to prove today, and man, did they go out and do it.
Man, they proved it, and they proved they were better. They thought they were better coming in. We were talking to them. They had a lot of confidence. They said, we're not ranked as high as we should be, and now they just showed the whole world. this squad is for real. We're going to be discussing them in the playoffs in the future, and they made a statement today, Palmer.
Yeah, that's the thing, David. To me, after watching that absolute beatdown, you can't help but think to yourself,